Oh, testing, man. I am. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to Jacoby. Condolences to his family. I've been out of the mix for a while, handling business, but I'm back, and we're definitely gonna touch on this right here. So, I got this information from Tiffany Johnson, uh, in the group Georgia Prisons Exposed. Um, she types, he was killed. His mother reached out to me. She is looking for more information concerning his death. The Department of Corrections only told her that there was an incident and he died. We know that he was stabbed repeatedly. If anyone has more information on his death, please comment or reach out to me. You can remain anonymous. Keep his family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. So I think that the correct enunciation of his name is Jacoby. I don't know how to say the last name. I'm gonna try Chomicki. I'll say Chomicki. Um, and then we'll go through the comments, and then I'll give you my 2 cents, man. Again, rest in peace to this brother, man. It's unfortunate that we have so many unalivings going. It's a war going on right now, bro. GF versus Bloods, man. It's not gonna lighten up. I was avoiding talking about it. But one of my mentors was like, man, sometimes awareness is good because it helps. We'll get into that. All right, so here go the comments. Let me see if there's anything. When is this gonna stop? Love and prayers to his family. The video camera within the area of the incident will show all of it. Camera works. Staffs are not volunteers to reveal of what happened. Lawsuit should be in the process. Condolences to his loved ones. Lord, please. Let's see what this says. All right, just how can those high up ignore all these lives being taken and not do anything? I don't understand. What can we all do? You know what? Here's my 2 cents. I think that the higher ups are very well aware of what's going on, and it's working out the way that they want it to work out. Otherwise, they would have stopped it. Not just in the Georgia Department of Correction, just in general. There are people who are actually in charge of how society works and how it operates. And it may look like it's loose and that we don't have a whole lot of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, this shit is a well orchestrated machine. So, this is just a casualty of war, uh, based on what they got going on, man. We're gonna dive a little deeper. So let's see, what facility was he at before he made it? Oh, says Augusta State Medical Prison. Yeah, but I think Augusta was where he at was. I don't know if he was hot. He was housed there prior to, or if he got stabbed up and then made it to Augusta. It seems to be the norm these days. These guys are falling like dominoes by the hour. Guaranteed, it's no relief in sight. I agree. Deepest condolences to his family and friends. And turn the rest unto, O Lord. And okay, I'm sorry, there's no words that can ever heal the pain of losing a child. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I lost my son. Damn. Are death traps. Georgia prisons are death traps. Oh, I know him. He was on my caseload. I'm not gonna say his name, but this is what he says. Damn, he was on my caseload. Said death traps these days with hardly no officers working. The dorms and the ones that are there can't or won't do nothing to try to stop this. I mean, there have always been people getting killed in prison, but it used to be certain prisons and only when somebody really did something to somebody. But now people getting killed at the most laid back prisons in the state, and most of the time it's over something that ain't that serious. But these guys scared to fight one on one, and so a group of them jump on one person and stab him up and think it's cool. I'm glad I made it back home. Condolences to all who have lost him. Bro, he was on my caseload like shit over 10 years ago when he first came home. Then he also says this happened at Augusta State Prison, AMCI. Was Augusta off the chain? I don't hear Augusta being in the news like that, bro. It's crazy. So heartbreaking. Uh, let's see. Rest in peace. Sending my condolences. All these murders are completely senseless. All right, I'm just trying to see if it's something else that's being said before I dive in with my 2 cents. Or the war going on from the statewide lockdown. Was this part of the war? Is this part of the war? No, bro. If it is, damn, is that a part of the war? I don't want to report nothing wrong, so I'm gonna stay in this line. I don't know, and I'm not gonna. I mean, you know what? Like today, I want to speak on something heavy, bro. Like it's not entertainment, it's not gossip, not prison stories, just for clicks, man. I want to speak about the pain. I want to speak about loss, and I want to speak about another mother searching for answers. A young man by the name of Jacobi Chomicki, and I apologize if I'm enunciating that wrong. Enunciate, yeah. Uh, reportedly lost his life inside the Georgia Department of Corrections. According to social media posts, his mother is looking for information, looking for clarity, looking for truth. And hold on one second. I don't know what that is right there. I don't know what that is right there, bro. Try not to get bad information. All right. Let's go. Okay, so whether you knew this man personally or not, whether you agree with like his past decisions, one thing remains true. That was somebody's child. That was somebody's son, somebody's cousin, friend, and um somebody that people laugh with, somebody that had memories. A human being, bro, at the end of the day. Cause a lot of times we get dehumanized when we do time. But the sad shit is, man, it's going on in every prison, bro. It's going on in every prison, and it's almost like it's constructed, bro. It just feels to me, it just feels like a play. I only say that because this week, I've gone to a number of graduations. In some kind of way, bro, the fact that the Rockefeller family had so much to do with the education system, I was damn near appalled. I was like, bro, they created the public education system not for leaders. They created it for followers and people who would be obedient. Like, you can Google this. I was like, damn. So these people were able to foresee something that was taking place. And I just started thinking about things like slavery. Then I dived down this rabbit hole with, what they did to the pharmacies and just the holistic, like the herbal healing. And they flatline all that shit. They got rid of all of it, bro. It was just so many things that a selected few people had control of, and it was chess. It was chess from I'm talking about decades on out. Even certain families being in charge, and yes, it even went to the Titanic, bro. The people that died on the Titanic, like J.P. Morgan was supposed to be on the Titanic, and at the last minute he canceled, said he was sick. But what took place was, bro, you get real deep into like the financial aspect of these United States when they start talking about the Federal Reserve and all these things. I'm saying all this shit to say that, bro, a lot of things are orchestrated. 9/11, just certain wars, like the lives or the well-being of individuals are not taken into consideration when a plot is in play. They don't have any fucks to give when it comes to the destroying of lives, the killing of human beings, they don't care nothing about it, bro. They do not. This shit has already been written and it's well orchestrated. So then I only correlate these elements because, bro, this is taking place not just in the state of Georgia, it's taking place in Alabama. Alabama is, and shouts out to Danny Dangerous, who was involved with the I also have an interview with him on my page. He was in the HBO documentary, the Alabama, I forget the title of it, but it's a really good documentary, bro. Go check that out on HBO. Where they're exposing the prison system in Alabama. So it's happening in Florida, Louisiana, the Carolinas, Tennessee, and it's all the same rhetoric. It's the prisons are overstaffed. I mean, understaffed, and gangs have taken over. But then people are dying. People that normally weren't dying, they're dying at a ridiculous rate. So then I just started looking at, the people that are dying. These are the people that didn't already roll us off. I'm gonna tell you something. A country that'll blow up two of their own buildings in New York City don't give a fuck about a person that's in prison. I said what I said. I said what I said. Okay, so now I'm sorry. Back to the script. Another family is left trying to piece together what happened inside a prison system that already has a reputation for violence, confusion, gang stabbings, and death. See, people on the outside hear about prison violence and they become numb to it. Another stabbing, another lockdown, another riot, another body bag. But what we fail to realize is that every single incident creates trauma, waves that spread for beyond the prison walls. Man, they don't give a. So a mother can't sleep. A child grows up without a father. A grandmother breaks emotionally. Families start blaming themselves, and the cycle continues. Now, let me say this clearly. I'm not glorifying gangs. I'm not glorifying prison politics. And I'm not glorifying violence. But if we are going to fix these problems, then we have to be honest about them. The Georgia Department of Corrections has been dealing with serious violence for years now. Stabbings, overdoses, contraband, gang wars, retaliation, and fear. And one of the biggest problems is this mindset that violence equals respect. A lot of the young men come into prison already damaged mentally and emotionally. A lot of them grew up in survival mode. A lot of them never learned emotional intelligence. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. All this is orchestrated, bro. When you have, when you can determine if an area, a region, or a zone is going to be poverty stricken, and you can strike it with poverty, then you are predetermining what that community will produce. It's not rocket science. If we poor, we're eventually going to take something. If we're not effectively educated, then we're going to make illogical decisions. I base that thought or that theory on the fact that most college students don't go to jail because if you've made it to college to one degree or another, you've effectively shifted the paradigm. Or there's enough logical shit that's been poured into you that you will not produce unlogical thoughts. That's my 2 cents. Um, I got a lot of stuff right here to read off, man. But at the end of the day, here's the situation, man. In order for this to work and for us to not have to keep doing these same stories, man, that system that mother got to, it has to be readjusted. And I don't think that we have the power to readjust it. Now, it has been brought to my attention that we have some new shoes to fill. The governor's seat is the governor's going to be replaced. I'm gonna go out on I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say this. I think that if you have, first of all, I don't believe in anything that is thrown before me. When I say that, a lot of times we have people to blame that we can see that we can reach out and touch, but a lot of these people are just following orders. And I say that because I believe that the the prison issue, the gang issue, the violence, the drugs, shit could be stopped. It's very simple. I've interviewed several people, including ex-officers, ex-inmates, ex-gang members, all of them are pretty much saying the same thing, bro. But then when I'm thinking this is just a Georgia story, it's one way, then it's not just a Georgia story. Unfortunately, man, this is not gonna be the last death. Now, in reference to the mother wants answers. So if you could help her be at peace with her finding out what's going on, that would be a blessing. Because if I was in that situation and my mother wanted to know, I would want somebody to help my mama. So, with all due respect, please either go to Georgia Prisons Exposed, get in my comment section. You can hit my Instagram. It's gonna be at Best Day of My Life, and I will try to relate them. I don't know the mother. I have not seen her. I'm just a member of this page, and I will reach. I do know Tiffany. I can reach out to Tiffany, and so that's what it'll be. But I had a whole bunch of other stuff I was gonna say, man. But it just here. I'm just, man. All this shit kind of like play together, bro. And we are just victim of circumstance. If I die right now, motherfuckers is not gonna miss a beat. You won't even miss lunch. That's how senseless, or this how horrific or inhumane we have become. We're not. It doesn't even shock us anymore. But what I'm saying is, when I start back and I look, I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers just, and we're all to generations, so that the third generation will believe what you have set up, and then you'll teach your children and your children's children to keep a foot on the motherfucking neck, and that's how life will be for the selected few. It's still going on. Think it ain't. Look at it. Look at it. Charlie Glover told me something the other day, man. He said a lot of people just stop using their common sense, man. So at the end of the day, man, hey, if you know something, say something. It's not gonna be the last unaliving, bro. It's not. It's not. That motherfucker got to up and blow. You got to burn that bitch to the ground. And I still don't know if that'll help. I'm just thinking out loud. I do know that some of the things that we do don't help. I will say that if we start educating ourselves and understanding what's going on, we can make better decisions. I'm out, man.